Hello and welcome to Life is Magical podcast. I'm your host, Srimanju intuitive healer, Akashic Records reader, Hay House author of Connect Your Inner Guidebook, and who believes in experiencing healing and life is magical. Through this show, I'll be sharing my toolbox, which is full of life hacks, tips for rainy days, ways to hold our connections with the inner guide, and much more fun things. Let us begin this journey.
Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Life is Magical. Here I'll be talking about spring clean for your soul, and how we can take in charge of yourself this spring, and also sharing you some step-by-step guidances that are easy, approachable, and doable things. So let's get comfy. We all prepare for the spring and look forward for the first buddings or like the sunshine falling on our faces, recharging our soul. The smiles on the people, even when it's cold, the clear skies. It's just magical when you step out and look into the beauty out there, right? Spring is my favorite season of the year. It just like recharges. It seems like I'm coming out of the hibernation and getting fully prepared after the cocooning stage and recharge, processing everything that has happened in the year. I become more alive. How many of you resonate with that? How many of you feel like wish the new year begins in spring rather than the Jan 1st? I'm definitely part of it. And I'm so lucky, there is a part of me. We also get to celebrate a festival that, as I come from South India, we have a festival called Ugadi, which is all about the spring, the new beginnings. It's a new calendar year for us. I get to celebrate that. Just like so recharging about it. And remember, the days are longer. You hear the birds chirping. The bunnies are out. If you live nearby to the woods or something, you can see the change, the colors in the trees, the plants. It's like you're getting prepared. If you're a gardener, you're getting prepared to get your pots ready, the seeds to germinate. And the same happens for our soul as well, that we are getting excited, we are getting recharged into doing exactly what we love about it. Isn't it wonderful? I mean, like in the winter months, we have taken it easy. We have slowed down, re-looked into our lives and processed, and it's only the baby steps we took then. And that's perfect. It's not about time wasted, but also time spent in a right way, and that is how we should look into. And for me, I consider spring as a birthing time. It's like more energy in the spring months than the winter months I get. And for me, I see as winter as a surrender, hibernation, and being cozy, watching a lot of movies, snuggling up in the couch or in the bed. So this is where now I feel a freshness when you wake up. The sun is waiting for you, and those beautiful sunsets as well. It's just magical. That's what I can say at the end. I was introduced to daffodils being in Ireland for so long. Tulips, bluebells is so colorful even on the earth realm. And when you look about the blue skies, even though it's windy, even though it's a bit chill, that's fine. It doesn't do much, right? So spring, when it comes up, a lot of us focus on spring cleaning and getting the dusting done, changing everything, re-cleaning, reorganizing the home. But how many of us do even remember to do a spring clean to your mind, to your body, and to your soul, right? So a lot of focus is always on the home. I do get it why people do it, like from coming out from the winter months. Getting into the spring, you're moving your body, you're getting active, you're physically getting in flow with the stagnant energy that has been accumulated over the time. Like the bears are coming out now, right? But also think about it. How can we do the spring clean to our soul to recharge ourselves fully? And if you know the concept of the five elements, there is this fire, water, air, space, earth. Every element has to be invoked within ourselves to be who we are. And we surrendering to these forces and letting that soul recharge and start the process of becoming alive is so important. So here you go. Like, I'm going to share a few things that I take in charge for my soul as coming into the spring things. So as I clean up my old stuff, getting into the flow for this year, I also look into my to-do things, what I want to achieve, not only on the daily basis, on the weekly basis, monthly basis, but also throughout the year. Like, I'm not big into my 5-year plans anymore, but I like it to be something that I'm doing, actioning in a shorter terms, and that is more rewarding for me. That is how I like to process, because I have tried the long-term ones. It was putting too much pressure. I was constantly failing at it in terms of not able to achieve. The time pressure was so high. I said, no, that's not working for me. And it's okay, to set your own rules. So you can set your own definitions. Yeah. So I started doing this list of 3 things that I want to do for this year. 3 interesting things that I'm really passionate, either to learn new things or to take a new hobby or to do or go places I want to see, So in that way, reclassify yourself. Don't need to do 10 things, bucket list of things. Just keep 1 or 3, something very simple and you're doable. Like, say, for example, if you want to learn new hobby of swimming, so the doable actions are to go and enroll into the swimming classes. If you know swimming already, just go look for which is the nearest one and go start doing it, right? Booking your sessions. But also think, is it doable with the current climatic conditions? Are they open? What are the precautions? And can you really want to do it? So rethink about it. It's just not just to do it. But then at the end of the year, you'll feel, oh, damn, I didn't do it. I didn't feel good enough now because I didn't do it. So be very, very clear. Even though it's a small thing, these goals are only for you. Nobody is looking at it. You're not accountable to anyone, but you're accountable to yourself. So keep it very crisp, very clear, and write those lists. As doing it, I was looking at some of my to-do list planners from 4 years ago and 5 years ago. And then I realized, oh gosh, there are so many of them and I haven't done. But life has moved on from 4 years. And the part is, do I still want to do it? Or can I skip it? What is the benefit out of it now? I said, no, I'm not going to think or rethink about those. I'm going to start fresh because so much of energy has shifted. No point in going back to those old energies and feeling stuck. If there is no value, there is no shift in your soul, no point in doing it, right? So rewrite your plans and make it achievable. It's not about how long is your list. It's about how doable is your list, remember. It's not about how long it is. It's about how doable it is. So bring in the new energy, new list, and work towards it. Yeah. And so, right. So that is about the list. And the next thing for the mind is, so no matter how much we do, the mind is just a chatterbox. So many things about the past, so many things about the future. So we also need to focus on how do we detox our mind. The ways that I try to do detox is trying to take calm breathings. Conscious breathing is my go-to thing. And then meditation every morning and mindfulness. Being mindful throughout the day is much easier than spending an hour for meditation. That works for me. I try to do 10, 15, 20 minutes of meditation depending on what time I wake up in the morning. But throughout the day, I try to at least be cautious about the tea that I'm drinking or trying to listen to my children actively, or trying to read a book, trying to stay away from my scrolling phone. So these are the things that I'm trying to do, being mindful. So this way you are decluttering your mind. You're not carrying in so much of your worries. And yet it does happen. When I get into that phase of like I'm carrying something, I try to write it down. It does work. When I write it down, it doesn't even make sense. Why was I even thinking about it or worrying about it? Is there anything I can do anything about it? Absolutely nothing. So I'm trying to process it, release it, so I'm not consumed by that energy of vacuum spaces. And generally, we have the other things is about the future that hasn't even happened, right? So trying to bring the balance, be in the present moment as much as I can, is where I'm trying to relook into it. So having your mind declutter, detox is so vital. So when you're filling with fresh ideas, only the freshness, the fresh energy is staying with you. So try take that actions and work on it and see how you feel about it. So set an intention that you want to detox your mind. And the other thing that I do is body. So for the body, self-care is so important. A lot of us do give the preference to it. Some of us just go through the life, the hurdles and everything, don't get much time. So self-care can be different to everyone. Some people love to get their hair done. Spa is their thing. Or getting their nails done is their self-care thing. For some people, it's about daily walks is their self-care. Or watching a movie or documentary is their self-care thing. For me, it is the self-care is about doing something for yourself that you're passionate about, that you really feel in control and you enjoy the time with yourself and be in that moment. For me, it could be the walking or looking at the flowers in the garden or going to the beach, or it could be just reading a book with undisturbed time or having a relaxing bath. So whatever your go-to, whatever your comfort is, pick that one right now. It need not be 10 things that you're doing self-care. It can be just one thing. Years ago, it was only one thing, giving self-healing, Reiki, and listening to a 7-minute chakra meditation. That was all I could do when I had my babies. And there is nothing else I could do about incorporating any other things. But remember not to have a guilt. Doing it for you is so important. It's like you're saying, you are relevant. You mean a lot to you and you're important for yourself. So think about it and go by it because you matter a lot and you are a beautiful soul. In case nobody has said to you, say that to yourself. And here I'm telling you, you are a beautiful soul. We are all unique and you got a gift, you got a purpose and you got to do that, and that is who you are, how important you are. And the soul part is all about being creative, being passionate about something that you're doing. And this is where it ties into your life purpose. What is your life purpose? What is that you would like to do? What brings joy in your life? That is so important. Without the joy, without the passion, there is nothing that we can give to our life, on our dreams, on our visions as well. So always you need to have that inspiration that, hey, I'm doing this particular thing because I'm so enjoying it. And when you do that, no matter how tiring the day is, no matter how rough it is, at the end you'll feel satisfied. Hey, I'm enjoying this. It could be your 9-to-5 job. If you're enjoying, that's fine. If it could be your business. If it is so tiring, but yet you're enjoying, that is your passion. Go for it, own it, and accept that this is who you are and this is what you love about. And coming into the home side of it. So as a lot of we were trained from our parents' generation to have the spring clean, cleanse the home. Physical cleanse is so important, we were told, right? So what you can do is do that. Maybe pick up a cupboard, maybe pick up a closet, pick up a room and start decluttering the stuff. hold the stuff to your heart and say, do I need this? Do I need this book? Am I reading this book? If not, give it to the thrift or a charity because someone else can use it. There is no point in just taking the space in your home, as you won't be bringing new energies into it with all the old unused stuff. I think Marie Kondo's book is, everyone talks about it, that she does from the heart. You can declutter, but I have never tried. If that's your thing, maybe give it a try, But what I love to do is walk into my own home, into a particular room and say, what is this? Where is this energy that I'm not comfortable with? And try to move, try to shift, even the way my desk is set up, maybe I'll keep changing it every once a year, or the way I organize my altar, I'll just reshift it. The way I have my cooking utensils laid out in the kitchen, I'll rechange it. That is another way to go for it. But declutter gives a lot of space. When I do the readings, I can literally go into their energy fields and see their homes being so much cluttered. And this is where we lack our inspiration. This is where we lack our creativity. So it's a direct reflection of who we are, where we are, and how we process. Through the clutter, people do work. I have seen that. That's okay if it works for you. But for people, you need to shift it. The clutter has to be shifted. It's about the energy that matters. It's not the dust and everything. It's the energy of the moment is what's mattering. I do this technique of going around the corner of the homes and doing the chimes or the sound bells, or clapping, just to move the energy around. A friend of mine, she recommended do feng shui, move 27 items in your home, maybe even a small change from the position they are set up, or declutter, throw it off, or even just by changing 27 things in your home, it will bring a new vibration. Give it a go and see if that works for you as well, But remember, the energy that is stagnant has to be shifted. I use smudge, I use sage to shift the energies. After I get the house clean, that's the first thing I do because I love that freshness, new vibe energies. Yeah. Just as much as new air, the air that you breathe needs to be fresh. You like that fresh breath after the mask right now. Anyway, it's so important for your home as well because that is where you're living. Especially over the year now, we are living more in the home than anywhere else, right? So do look after that as your soul. It directly reflects onto your abundance, onto your relationships, every part of your life. Say, for example, if we have an argument with our partner or a family member, that energy is going to stay there. If you don't shift it, we are going to get into another row or get into another dispute. How about we change it? And so it gets lessen and lessen. We are more at a peace and we are more about enjoying the life that is coming. And always remember to create a space and that inspires and reflects your personality than anything else. That's the most important thing. Your home, your soul, your dreams is all about your personality, and you are unique, and that's what you're going to bring in. No matter how many magazines you refer to on the interior homes and all, when you try to replicate, it just brings in your energies. Yeah, that's a key about it. And reevaluate your priorities at this stage in your life as well. You have been doing many things over the time just to do, but are you really wanting to commit in the same way? Do you want to just take it away, delete it, and bring in new vibe, new things? So give it a chance. Think about it. It's like you're getting a clean sheet of paper, and what are you going to plan? What are you going to color it with? This is absolutely your choice. And your life belongs to you, not to your family members, not to your society or anyone. When you own it, the boundary is going to be formed. And in that boundary, you can let anyone that you want to be inside rather than everyone. not everyone is for everyone as well. Just like if I used to think everyone has to like me, but then I realized like I don't like everyone. I have my own distances with some people. So as they are having the distance with me, like, and that's perfectly fine as well. And it's just knowing your strengths, knowing your interest. That's the most important thing. So it could be like you can, if you're on a Facebook, you're on Instagram, do check like, are you checking those pages? Do you want them? Are you in touch with those friends? Reconnect or delete or pause. Don't clutter up just for the numbers or anything. Release, and when you take someone out of your life, you're welcoming something else in your life. This is it. Like when we say no to one thing, we are always saying yes to us. Like, that is the most important thing. Yeah. And just release the pains that you're having as well. And this directly reflects into our physical health. And also it directly reflects into the way we will be functioning as well. Because the lesser, the lighter you carry, the more ease and more flexible you are to get around to the places. And let this spring clean be for your soul, and dust off all the unwanted clutter in mind, dust off all the external energies, dust off all the cobwebs in your thoughts, and reimburse with new ideas, reimburse with new clarity, reimburse with new jest, and reimburse with new space in mind. And this is what you can bring in the change. Pick one thing that is very small for you and you can work on. Need not be too big, need not be too complicated. Keep the things to be small. And good luck with the spring clean to your soul. If you found anything to be useful or you're using it, please drop in a note. I would love to hear. And if you are doing something different, do share your thoughts and ideas how you're doing it. So it will be great to learn as well. So until then, until 2 weeks, good luck, and
Thank you all for listening in and tuning in to the podcast Life is Magical. I hope you found some good nuggets to move through this week. Want to ask a question? Please email me or stay connected if something resonated or found useful and helpful from this podcast. I love to hear back from you. My email is info@srimanju.com. That is SRIMANJU, which is in the show notes below. Until next week, namaste and good day. Happy magic. Love to you all. Thank you for listening in.